And we are live with the Vice. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We are here to play some D&D, to raise some money for charity, and to see what happens as we continue our adventures on episode 126 of the Vice. I was just looking back. I got reminded that we are 3 years out from one of our big episodes from way back. Verdant Falls was almost 3 years to the day of last week, and so this would have been our big episode that we had of arriving at Sojourn's Crossing for the first time. So that's kind of exciting, but we've got other things going on now. Those things that we were all learning about and trying to do back then have all come to fruition. We're hot in the middle of the mess that is the Conclave. And before we get started, let's go around and meet our players. We're going to do a little bit different order because there's only four of us right now. We have Bird is off having great fun, drinking craft beer and watching indie films. And Jeanette will be joining us probably after the break. But let's start off with Templar Warden.
Hello, I am Templar Warden. I am playing the Tabaxi Dragon Wizard, headed by Axel and his son Riley. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. He is touched into his, I guess, heritage a little bit by hanging out with the dwarves, and now he is facilitating a trade with Luck as a middleman via telepathy. So interesting things are happening. Shenanigans.
Speaking of shenanigans, next up is NNG9.
That is the correct answer. Hello, I'm NNG9, resident huntress. I play Luna, who having some time with some feelings, and yeah, but good overall. Also fine.
Then we have our resident drow drider seducer, Good Guy Pie.
Hi everyone, I'm Good Guy Pie. I'll be playing Luck, old hard adventure extraordinaire, all the way from Elevation Pit, and no comment.
He doesn't kiss and tell. And last but not least, we have Dragons or Cats. You are muted.
Hello, everyone. I am Dragons and Cats, who doesn't know how to use a mic correctly, and I'll be playing Vidar Lycran, who also doesn't know how to handle situations and is cashing checks his ass can't manage. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Proclamations are a wonderful thing. Always a good idea in the middle of mixed.
I kind of forgot about that up until like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, there's stuff.
It's sort of sitting there in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
He did that, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, I wonder what cereal I should have this morning.
Yeah. Interesting title of the session today, Life of the Party. Has two different meetings there. But anyway.
I'm gonna die.
I'm Tall Squall. I am your DM and host for this the shenanigans that are going to happen today. I'm so glad to have all of you. Hey, thanks for the raid 5 coming in here. Coming in hot. Great to see you. Hey, also, since we have a new raid, I should show you, we have new emotes. For those of you who are subscribers, check them out. They are our paired up emotes with myself and my good buddy Bird versus Plane. They actually, it was really cool. We had an awesome artist who we commissioned these from that made them so they actually go together. And you can do fun things like have us cheer each other or have one of us on fire, the other one saying that they're okay and things like that. So when you subscribe to both channels, you have access to both sets, and be sure to check those out. Both of us do our streams for charity, so it's always for a good cause. And speaking of charity, we are still raising money for our good friends over Game to Grow. For some of those who might have been at PAX last weekend, they were there. They had a booth and found you could have learned more about them. But I will tell you the things that they do. They use gaming to help folks who have issues or trouble with social interaction, who are on the autistic spectrum, or who just have socialization skills that aren't fully developed or that they want to work on to make connections with other people. They are using gaming, specifically TTRPGs, in order to help them develop those social skills through roleplay. They are an amazing organization. We really believe in what they do. We met them back at Gen Con, have been following the work that they've been doing and some of the things that they have available on their website. They actually are expanding rapidly throughout a lot of the education systems across the country. So you could be seeing them coming to a school system near you. But they've had amazing success with helping kids to break out of mental illness, out of depression, out of social isolation. So if you do want to donate, you can down below. Your donations do go to affecting the game, or can just go into our spell bank, which we use to cash in for high-level spells as the spell bank builds up. Basically, every $100 drives us to the next spell slot level. Except for those level 9 spells, we do have to hit $1,000 because those are game changers. And but if you want to donate, that would be awesome. If not, you can just check out their website at the link below and just hang out with us and have some fun on this beautiful Saturday. Hope it is nice where you are. It is beautiful here. I'm going to be having a beer with my friends here as we get going. But first,
Snowing here.
oh, sorry. Snow can be nice.
We have muggy March.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, how's? Come on, good guy, help me out here. Is it nice over there, or is it cloudy and gray in England?
Is that really a question?
I was gonna say, really, truly.
It was sunny the other day, but you know.
It was sunny here once. Anyway, I guess I need to bail myself out by running the intro. Here's our intro, folks. We'll be back with a little catch up, and we'll get started with our game. And it's running. And we are back, folks. So I've poured myself a nice frosty one. I encourage everybody else to do so as well, or whatever your drink of pleasure is. A hot, steamy cup of tea or coffee, or a glass of water, because hydrating is good. But in the meantime, sit down, relax, and join us in our stories. So, to catch you all up with what happened last time. Basically, the group has been at the Convergence Conclave, which is this giant, almost World's Fair type gathering within Laragoth, where all of the different groups of the kingdom, all the different factions come together, all the different political parties, the leaders of the different cities, of the different races, come together once every 7 years as the stars align in the skies above to trade, do deals, party, make pacts, make treaties. Basically, it is the one big time in this world where everyone comes together to try to get business done, get sort of intercontinental business done. As for most people, it is as much as a 3-month journey to get to the Conclave. This year, it is held in Highmount, which happens to be Iskatol's stomping grounds. And the party had heard about this really from right at the very beginning of the campaign, as they had traded their way into getting an invitation to sort of the highest level of entry, sort of a VIP pass, if you will. They, over the course of the campaign, made connections, did some shenanigans, did some subterfuge, did some just flat out good old Rogedy Rogan to get their pass kind of validated, so that it would actually be good, because these are not just something people hand out. They hand out and then they basically have to be magically activated in order to let people into this party. Finally, we're here. After 3 years of playing this game and 6 months of game time, we have made it to the Conclave. After having a giant battle with one of their nemeses, Ryan Talia, the sentient sword, sister sword to Lysithea, who was just up until recently Vidar's Hexblade patron. Having brought back into this sphere, in the old Spelljammer vocab, bring back into this sphere the Duke of Sunsets, who is a archfey, who has been exiled basically here and who had taken grievous wounds about 100 years ago in the great disaster that created the Vice and which kind of broke magic in our world. They are here at the party and meeting some of their old friends. We have Luck Goldheart, who back in Falcon's Crest had the Drow ambassador become enamored with him as a drinking partner, has basically opened her table back up to Luck. He's over there drinking. Unknown to Luck, but known to Iska, she's actually a Drider in disguise, and has just recently, just last episode, for 20,000 gold all but, purchased a potion of longevity off of Luck, as he sits over there and drinks with the Drow contingent from the Lightless Empire that stretches beneath the ground throughout the entire continent. In fact, this whole hemisphere, in fact, is the underworld is controlled by the Lightless Empire. We also have Axel, who was raised by a dwarf. He and his son have gone over to the Dwarven contingent, and after gaining entry by doing some copious beer drinking, his son actually drinking his first beer and chugging it expertly, as he is a warforged, have gained entry and are having a grand old time getting back in touch with his heritage over there with the Dwarven contingent. Luna and Iska joined the human contingent, and where her father and her boyfriend from Falcon's Crest, and some other known quantities. Madame V, who is the head of the Burning Rose, which is the Genasi courtesans guild out of Falcon's Crest, we're all sort of gathering and have a nice time at the main table with the Viceroy, Sam Barthany, and his wife, who they had not met previously. Vidar joined them, came over to that table, and as the alignment occurred overhead, the stars come together. Sort of this sacred silence of binding yourself to the fates occurred, where, unlike a New Year's Eve where it's a party, this is sort of more a time of reflection of the last 7 years. There is a very great belief in the fates in this culture. The stars that are aligning, in fact, are known as the Three Sisters of Fate. And as they come into alignment, a silence went across the crowd at this party in this outdoor courtyard that has been protected from magical attack by magic nullification fields overlapping and spread throughout the area. In fact, the entire conclave, consisting of thousands of people, all came to silence as they all looked upward at the stars, reflected on their last 7 years, maybe looked forward to the 7 years to come, and offered either a memory, a prayer, a reflection to the fates, and asking for their blessings. Thanks for the years that have passed and blessings for the years to come. As that came to an end, without even waiting a second, our buddy Vidar pops right in and to a big old speech, pretty much insulting the Viceroy, telling him that, hey, why do you keep doing this same thing over and over again? I'm your boy. I'm here to help you. I'm this guy, and
I'm just some guy.
I'm this special guy from these secrets of that the party has uncovered, and I'm going to announce them right here in the middle of the party. That's where we're going to pick up as Vidar's speech lands about like a turd in the punch bowl, proverbially, at the table with our friends Luna, Iska. In fact, probably Axel could hear it as the Dwarven contingent is there. Luck is probably a little too far away. Iska's right there. At this point, Celia has not been seen. You have not seen Celia for a little while. In fact, pretty much all day, which, being a rogue, that's not necessarily something that is necessarily a bad thing, but also you don't know where she might have gotten herself to. So let's get started, shall we? Just as a note, after this silence and this proclamation, I forget who it was. I believe it was Luna who passed her the perception checks.
Possibly.
I think it was Luck, actually.
It was this, I think it was.
Anyway,
I think it was Luck.
I think it was Luck as well, because Luck has good perception. Watched as a robed figure left from the Arcana Mystica contingent. Because during that silence, a single voice was risen, and that was that of Lily's, who sang a song that Iska had in fact written, called Children of the Children, one of the songs to help restore the Genasi to a more accepted place in society. During that, Luna had a vision, or perhaps it was more than a vision, of traveling across the Vice, across the world, and seeing Dustin and the rest of the group that they had saved from east as they are heading towards one of their final destinations, the center of the Vice. More peculiar because all of this occurred within a heavily fortified anti-magic shield. But let's get back to our friend Vidar. There is a pregnant pause. This is, as I described it, a true turd in the punch bowl moment. You see the Viceroy stare at you impassively. And then you see a grin cross his face. Thank you so much for attending, Mr. Lycran. It's been a shame that your time with us is so pressed that you have to be going. As always, petitions can be scheduled through your respective ambassador or at my attaché's office on the Windward Rush at Falcon's Crest. Guards, if you will please help Mr. Lycran find his way to the exit with no further delay. We wouldn't want to keep him from other pressing social appointments this evening, now would we? You are immediately flanked by two guards.
During the pause, could I have sent a mental note to the party, basically just yelling at them, saying, "The anchor is in the room. I don't know who it is. Someone find it. Cast True Scene and find it."
You certainly can.
So just while I have that have this grand distraction that is just gone boom in my face, and just like, and I'm going to comply while in the vicinity of all the people, just to not try cause a fuss.
Luna, you are okay.
I'm gonna just make sure that they don't, no touching.
They flank you, and it is Madalena. Luna, what? Actually, let's check in with Luna.
Cool. And so I just hear Vidar's message. I don't know about what he saw, right? I just hear his message.
You just hear his, well, because you're sitting at the table with where he just made this proclamation.
Oh, right. So
and then you're just basically back in your body after sort of this sort of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've
So,
just
like,
arrived back at your body after having that moment where you were immersed with Dustin half a world away.
I think Luna's first instinct is to find Lily if she's not with her right now. Just like, okay, do this first, then we'll get to the other thing.
Yeah, Lily's right there next to you holding your hand.
Okay.
She's been with you the whole
got
night.
Lily. I think Luna's, well, okay, Vidar's being...
Vidar.
She's gonna turn, you know what she'll do is she'll turn to Lily. Lily, would you like to sing another song for everyone? Just like, let's not focus on the person who I'm clearly not trying to be associated with right now. Just like, nope, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, you look down at Lily and she sort of smiles back up at you, and she just sort of nods, and if you want me to, I can.
If you're comfortable.
And she sort of looks around and sort of looks to Iska. We'll say Iska gives her a nod. I think Iska would give her a nod. In fact, we can even say Iska pulls out her violin.
There we go. Now with that going, is it was it just Luck who saw the person stuck off, or was it Luck and Luna?
Roll me a perception check. Let's see. I don't think I asked you to roll one before.
Okay, nope, don't break anything. Perception. Yeah, probably not good enough.
You were really just getting back into your own personal
That's
headspace,
totally fair.
and also probably a little shocked at what had occurred.
Fair joke.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I think with that, and then Luna's just kind of like check everybody's reactions to see just like how smooth that transition from what the Vidar incident to this is. Gauge interactions.
Around you, it does look as though people are looking for any, it's one of those awkward moments at a party where everyone's looking kind of for an excuse to, where you have a few people who are like, yes, sing a song. You see Iska's dad, Alwyn, was kind of with that wide-eyed, adult moment. Astra's pretty laid back, as he always is.
As you do.
As you do. Madalena, the Viceroy's wife. She is about probably a quarter moon elf. Flowing drapes of silk, sort of the colors of sunset turning to twilight. Flowing, really beautiful outfit for this evening. It is well tailored. It's not just sort of a draped thing. It is actually a tailored sort of outfit with sort of an over jacket and then under layers, but layers and layers of fabric of this sort of flowing but tailored. I don't know quite how to describe it other than that it is, yeah.
Gotcha. It looks nice.
It looks
Real
really nice. You're beautifully, dressed. And she looks to her husband, who she has her arm around, and goes, Johan, where are your manners? And you see the Viceroy shooting her daggers with his eyes. I'm not crossing you, dear. I'm just walking our friend out. You know how I adore history and the legends of our people. May I join you, Mr. Lycran? Don't mind my husband. I would love to hear what you have to say. And she crosses around the table to stand beside Vidar. That last part, as she says that, she just delivers like a slap in the face to the Viceroy.
I hold out my arm.
Oh, no.
And I'm trying to make an insight check.
Actually, yes, go ahead and make an insight check.
This is going to be a disadvantage because I'm on 9 HP and exhausted.
Great. On a 12. Good to know. I will say, Luna, as you're trying to diffuse a situation, you do notice that the Viceroy, sort of the color begins to raise up in his neck. But he composes himself and looks to you. A song would be lovely. I finally get to meet the famous Iska Toll and her courtesan manager. I've heard so much about you both. Is it true that you wrote that lovely song that was just written? And begins sort of small talk and directing everyone's attention that way as well, especially since Madalena has now stepped in. Madalena takes your arm. You are flanked by the guards and begins to walk you out. So, I've studied quite a bit of history. I can't say that I'm familiar with the things that you spoke of, the hidden battle of Falcon's Crest, the blinder of the seers. What? I'd love to expand my knowledge of these things.
Have we walked out by that point?
Oh no, you've got to cross through this very crowded space. Also, I need you to roll me 2 d20s. Just 2 d20s.
I don't like when you do that.
I'm going to roll you 2 d20s. I'm also going to... Oh, good.
Good to know.
Good to know. Why, of course.
Could have been with advantage.
It could have been with advantage. It could have been with disadvantage.
Or it could have been 2 individual rolls. Who knows?
Exactly. At this point, I'm also going to tell Ryan Talia, this is the kind of ordeal that your creator went through on a day-to-day basis. That little part you hold within of him, this is what it's become now. This is what he grew to. I don't know why I'm just doing that.
The equivalent of a psychic eye roll and face palm as Ryan Talia contemplates her life choices.
Yep, good.
What has led her to this moment? What has brought her so low?
Why, yes, I would love to bring you up to speed. This information and stories through stories and clarity can be muddled over the course of time. And I'm going to eye the Arcana Mystica through control of what's anyone's worth. The message is that at the beginning is always pure. However, I would like to pick your mind on the current scenario of and state of Falcon's Crest. If you do not mind if we have space to talk in private.
Oh, I'm sure we can find some place where we can get in private. But it sounded you were talking more about ancient history, not current events. As the Vicereina, I am quite versed in my own city.
I am quite old, my friend.
I did think you must be more than you seemed. So, Mr. Light.
How old do I seem? Just wondering.
Well, as always, I have elven heritage as well. It is difficult to tell, but certainly not old enough to have first-hand knowledge of the things that you speak of.
Okay, good. Alright, I just wasn't aware. So, and Vidar just begins to walk towards the exit. The grandiose exit.
Yep, the guards are thinking Madalena still is in your arm. So, you say you're older than you appear.
I never said that.
Well, you said you had knowledge of these things.
Yes. Are we at the threshold of the door yet? Or the
Probably just
garden?
crossing. She
Okay.
stops there for a moment. She goes, someplace more private, you say? I could take you back to our tents, where the Viceroy and I are staying.
Ooh, can I perceive that? Can I try to find out if that's a threat or not?
Hard to read.
Fair enough, I am.
I was going to say,
quite
with your
bad.
12 insight, yeah, hard to read.
Yeah, alright. That's great. Of course.
Or someplace of your liking, that'd be fine. I am ever so intrigued about you and your party.
Yeah, she is.
Then how about neutral ground?
Certainly.
A busy place. People can pass by all they wish, and wouldn't even really truly know we're there.
Oh, we'll stand out a bit in a crowd.
Don't worry, I can work with that. Have you ever been to Have you been to Linford's tent yet?
Oh, of course. I'm a very big fan of Linford Distillery and all of their libations.
Emphasis on lie.
I don't know. I think that's a lie. Nearby, towards the back of the tent, there is a tree. Very popular tree.
Oh, no. I was hoping you wouldn't.
The tree is the most important
You
part of this
are the
campaign.
most intriguing creature, Mr. Lycran.
Well, I certainly try. It's a way to learn, but it's still in plain sight.
Sounds lovely. She motions for the
Wonderful.
guards to stay where they are. And she walks with you arm in arm towards Linford's.
Cool. Well, I'm scared.
We're going to swing back to luck, actually. Madame Audenoir, bonjour, ça va? I've got to get in my French accent. She is having a lovely evening. She's looked to the stars and looks back down to your eyes. She's quite pleased with her purchase of her longevity potion. And she actually watches intently as Vidar is escorted out of the party, arm in arm with the Vicerina. And she raises an arched eyebrow over to Monsieur Valsois. He is not your friend in the hat, but the other drow male here. And he bends over graciously and whispers something in her ear, and her eyes widen a little bit. And she looks back to you and goes, "Oh, luck. And here I thought you were pure as the new-driven snow. You've been keeping secrets about your traveling companions. I did not realize you were in league with Madalena. Have you been playing me, Luck Goldheart?"
What those guys do, I have no clue most of the time.
She looks at you and she goes, "Interesting. So, you're telling me that you are not aware that before Madalena was wed to the Viceroy and became the Vicerina, that Madeleine San Barthany was known as Margrave Madalena Dulenlag?" And she searches your eyes.
I understood one of those words.
So, you have actually heard this name before. I don't know if first thing, do you as a player remember? And second thing, do you think Luck would?
No and no.
Okay.
Both are very important names that are too long for him to put to memory.
Okay. She looks deep into your eyes and smiles and just goes, "You are not aware at all of who your companions are consulting with."
No.
It might be for the best. You, like myself, leave that to others. And as she motions her head, you notice that Monsieur Valsoir is nowhere to be seen.
It's above. What's that called? Pay range. That's the one. That's above my pay.
You are a mystery, La Goldheart. You are not what you seem. When I drink with you, I see this young human, but I know that that is not the case. That you are a man beyond your years, or so it would appear. You've sold me a longevity potion, so perhaps you have nipped from one of these as well.
Ghosts are weird things, believe it or not.
Tell me a story, Luck Goldheart. Who are you really?
A family man who's been through a lot.
You are very intriguing, and I have seen quite a bit. I am a bit older than even most elves, and this is not the first longevity potion that I've purchased in my lifetime. I will tell you, though. There is something different about you, Luck Goldheart, than any other human I have ever met. You see, believe it or not, your people and my people have more in common than even my people have with the other elves here. The Drow arrived in this place not with the other elves, but with humans. They were our liberators from those that imprisoned us in the Feywild. And there is a very old tale. It's a tale of the Night Angel, the bringer of freedom to my people. The bringer of freedom that we have lost. They are destined to unite the Lightness Empire once again and break the chains that bind them to the Spider Queen. It speaks of a timeless human who has lost their faith. Their strength has become frail, and their trust faltering. It is a story of contradiction, corrupt but pure, old but young, powerful yet vulnerable. The bringer of hope on the rings of a radiant night. It is a silly old fable, but they say some of the old tales, even older than myself, have truth in them. She looks you long in the eyes.
What happened to your people?
We escaped from imprisonment, slavery in the Feywild, bound to the evil of Loth, the Spider Queen, the goddess of the Drow. The humans stumbled through our lands half dead, themselves refugees, exiles from a war beyond the sky itself. Along their way, through paths that are hardly ever tread, they rescued my people, and together, perhaps the only way that either one made it to this world was through their united effort. It is said they emerged there on the plateaus of Falcon's Crest. The stone druids ripping open a portal from the Feywild to this place. It is why we have set up the Nightburrow there. It is one of the oldest parts of the Lightless Empire. That was long, long ago. We have gone our separate ways. We went our separate ways. And unfortunately, my people, there in the darkness of the Lightless Empire, the old ways began to whisper again, drawing them back to the Spider Queen, her tyranny, shattering the Empire. And now there is only a few small factions that are holding out against the night, the true night that threatens our people, falling back into the same slavery that we once were rescued from.
It's funny. Only recently has my old village broken from such shackles.
Well, perhaps you are someone who is destined to bring hope to the hopeless, to turn around the people who have lost their way, bring them back to light. She looks to the sky, even for those of us who can never experience the light of day. There is sometimes radiance within the night itself.
I'd like to think so.
You are sweet, Luck Goldheart. We should not talk of such sad things on a night like this. It is a time to bind ourselves to the fates and the winds that move us all. I am glad to call you friend, however. I think that you don't quite realize what your pay grade might really be. It is perhaps something invaluable.
The radiance.
Radiance, be it light or dark.
Here or now.
For those of us who are young but old. She clinks her glass. So, from people who are still holding out hope, I should warn you. Madalena Margrave Dulenlag. She is not what she seems. You should be wary of her. Her only interest is in herself. And she is quite adept at getting what she wants.
Keep that noted. What? That was the one Vidal was just walking off with, right?
Oh, yes. But don't
Oh.
worry. I've sent him some help if he needs it.
Thanks.
So, unless you are concerned for him, we still have half of this bottle of wonderful alcohol you have brought me for us to finish.
Indeed. And if he needs help, we'll know.
I don't doubt that you will. And she pours you another of Linford's finest. Luna,
Oh, good.
Yeah, you weren't privy to. Actually, you know what? Let's go over to Axel. Poor Axel. We haven't even checked in with Axel and Riley having fun with the dwarves. You did sort of overhear the turd in the punch bowl, and saw Vidar leaving with Madalena. I will let you roll an intelligence check to see if you remember, because you're Axel.
I need to unmute myself. I probably do not remember anything because Axel might. I might not.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's been a while.
23.
On a 23. But you didn't hear. Never mind. Yeah, you didn't hear anything.
I wasn't.
You didn't
I
hear
wasn't
you didn't hear what Mademoiselle Audenois told Luck.
Didn't hear the conversations. So
Yeah.
I was.
Yep.
I notice what's going on. I see him escorted out, but I notice none of the people at the table seem to be acting to do anything. So
Yeah.
I,
They also sent you a message.
Yeah, I mean, you did receive the
Yeah, I did
message
hear that.
about the anchor. So you do have that piece. Anything that you are wanting to act upon from that?
well, I can't true side because I thought
There's
I had
no-
already theorized it out before. or
I
was
believe that
another
you
character
have.
thing?
I actually think
Yeah.
that you.
So he's like, oh yeah. Oh, I didn't tell them.
Goes back to his beer.
Yeah. No, he keeps an eye on what's
didn't
going
tell them. All right.
I thought we had discussed it, but it's like it's not going to change anything. It's like, yeah, Actually, I'll reply, yeah. I mean, it's all fine. There's nothing. We just keep an eye on Lily. That's all.
What? This is mentally.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's confirmed?
I mean, I theorized. I mean, I thought it's quite possible. That's kind of. Well, I mean, we wanted to get a personal reasons, but also a link from Kel to Dustin to the next generation, and the only one that really had ties like that was, what's his face? I can't remember his name. The one who can change shape, and then that he was already had a role to play, so it was.
Yep, Sethander.
Lily was Sethander, yeah.
Oh,
Sethander had a role to play, and then. Well, there was Lily. The next down the line, so to speak, because it only moves in the next generation. I thought I explained this. I thought we discussed this. Maybe it was me to myself. So sorry. It doesn't change anything anyway, though. Right?
That's true enough. Lily was already one of my priorities.
Actually, you're not invited to my funeral. He says jokingly.
Yeah. Where are you going? Just one moment. Takes a chug of beer.
That was nice. Nice way to work that in.
Telepathically, if all plans fail, I'm going to dimension door myself to around Rian's area.
Okay. Well, we're over here and no help there.
Yeah, hi, I'm now a fugitive, I'm guessing.
I mean, this is like you've probably just walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this is your Vidar and Madalena are on their way to Linford's at this point. They'll probably
That's
arrive basically when we get back to Vidar.
But Lysithia, look after the party.
Cool.
Luck, do you have
Okay, so-
anything to add to this over the mental channel?
He'll give the information, the warning about. We'll give the warning
About
to,
Madalena. We'll say that
About Madalena.
I assume that you can at least repeat back the name of
Yes.
Yeah.
Margrave Madalena Dulenlog.
Margrave Madalena
Dulenlog.
Jugavad.
Yep. I can put this.
Yeah, can I get that invited?
Thank you.
Yes.
What are them letters that make it up? What them letters?
Yep. I will say this.
So she's all about her own interests.
I need to have Luna roll me an intelligence checks as well, because Luna has heard this name before as well.
So is it
Oh,
23
sure
or do I
she
roll again?
has, and I just don't remember.
Oh, dude,
Cool.
all of y'all, it's 18 months away. So the fact I do not hold it against you that you don't have my literally 100,000 words of notes on this campaign.
Did it not roll?
It did. I got a 13.
Oh, okay. Huh. Weird. My thing's just not updating. All right.
Yeah, no, it came through on this side though. So Luna, the only thing you remember, you remember that Madame V mentioned the Margrave Dulenlog, and that one of the reasons why she chose you and sort of quickly elevated you was to send a message to Margrave Dulenlog by you wearing your hair braid. The main
Right.
person she was sending a message to was to Margrave Dulenlog.
Got it.
Axel, you remember this.
Terrible.
You remember this all the way back from the lift. Margrave Dulenlog was the person who controlled the lift and who had basically set up everything that happened at the lift for the Masked Dragon.
Wait, did you just... can you clarify that Dulenlog, right?
Right.
I think you remember how it was kind of suspicious that there was no a lot of guards or anything around the lift when we got ambushed by the Masked Dragonfly, and yep, all that she's who runs that, like the lift. So
But I just went off of them.
Is this
Yeah.
on an open mic?
yeah, no, he is communicating this with everyone. Yeah, he's not going to hide this. Hey, Vidar, just beware, Masked Dragonflight, they don't like us. That was out of
Oh.
character, but
I'll have to thank her then.
just don't mention it at all.
I
nothing
think
goes
he'll
wrong,
be
nothing goes
fine.
wrong.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Nothing goes wrong, right? Just
Yeah.
keep an eye out. And I don't know what you're talking about. Don't tell her everything. I mean, we've got people we can trust, but
I don't think
we
this is one of them.
don't know. Well, we just met him, so
No.
probably not.
Keep your enemies close.
Also, we're going to be talking later after we're all finished with all this. We're going to be talking about things you say and when you say them. Presumably, all of us are
Yes.
going to be doing that.
That sounds like a timely conversation to have.
Hey.
Wish me luck.
Vidar, as you're having a telepathic conversation, Madalena does seem to notice a lull in the verbal conversation.
Pardon me, I was just admiring my tree.
And you basically, about the time you've arrived at Linfort's, and she sort of looks at you strangely, and kind of smiles. A deep, sort of knowing smile. So, lost in thought.
Not entirely. I'm just wondering what my next point to get across should be. I was also considering if we were going to actually make our presence known or actually just be a little secluded. Thoughts, logistic, image.
So, are you referring to us? Or to the friends you're talking with?
A bit of both, actually.
An interesting group you have.
It's an interesting world. It's had some interesting events. More so to come, I'm guessing.
We live in interesting times.
So shall we beat around the bush, or do you want to get directly to the point?
Well, I'm always one to prefer hearing people speak their mind.
Hold on. He yells out, Linford!
And
Get his attention.
you see him swing his head around. Why, boy, you brought me quite a guest here to my establishment, Vicerina. We don't see you that often.
Trying to make it feel uncomfortable.
She gives a big smile and crosses over to Linford and kisses him on both cheeks. And you see do me a perception check.
At disadvantage. Oh, this is great.
On
This
an
is
8,
great.
they are just smiling. They sort of linger over, just like they're so happy to see each other. They linger for a moment or two before she comes back with a very small flask of a crystal flask, in fact, beautiful cut crystal, and she sort of holds it up with two small, like little stemmed shot glasses. My Linford owes me a favor, so he's given me some of his best.
Truly, Linford's best is against comparison. But Beauregard, you are honestly a lifesaver. Me and the Vicerina here, we're just gonna have a little bit of a conversation. Anywhere out the back that's a little bit more secluded, and then we'll return to the life of the party. You know, a couple of important little tidbits on business.
And he goes, "Why, I'd close my deals on the upper floor above the main tent there, the main bar area. You can see there's a ship's ladder type situation there in the back. Help yourself, no one's up there right now. Not closing many deals tonight. Should give you plenty of privacy."
Wonderful, thank you so much.
Do we? No, on the 8 perception check, yeah, you're screwed.
Quick, tear out your larynx so you can't talk anymore. It'll
Wait,
save
what?
everybody.
Renegades for life.
Not
Yeah.
for a very long life.
Jay hasn't killed me yet.
You have 8 hit points, and you've used your you've used your legendary resistance. Just bringing that up for no reason.
No,
Tapping out is an option.
Death Wish is a
Oh, God.
dictionary term that you can look up.
tapping out is an option, but this is Vidar.
I mean, at the very least, you're still exhausted and on 8 hit points, though.
Yeah.
Even Vidar's like, this is not your forte.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. He's
You're
realized
like a
that.
quarter sparkle, dude.
Quarters.
Not
sparkle.
even a quarter. Not even a quarter. Quarter.
The Vice Serena.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Vice Serena has her arm through your arm and begins walking around to the staircase that that Linfort had indicated.
We go up the stairs. I pull out a chair for her. I pour the drinks. Incredibly alcoholic. She can probably see the exhaustion on my face. I'm just like, whew. I sit down across from her. Push a shot glass over to her.
1 second, Jeanette's just come in. Let me get us into set up. Guys, should we make this? Should we go ahead and take our break to make this really suspenseful? Actually, let's do. As you step up and pour out the shot glasses, we're going to take a quick break so that we can then join back in to however bad this goes. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
I hope Silly has just been ghosting Vidar this whole time.
Ghosting, get in.
Don't worry, we
Maybe.
killed the ghost.
May need some.
Now she's a new.
We killed the dead.
So
Right. I'm gonna need another coffee.
let's transition over as I get this all set up, and yeah, as they go up the stairs, we're gonna take a quick break. Jeanette, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello. I am Tree Hugging Druid. I play Silly Rollerant, our high elf rogue. She's a rogue and does roguey things.
Roguey things. Cool. So we're gonna take a quick break. I will tell you all about our charity when we get back. If anyone has any announcements of, or if Luna, can you speak about Game to Grow?
Sure.
If you will, if NNGI is going to speak about Game to Grow while I take a quick bio break, I will be right back, and we will get back with our story.
Hey everybody, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This channel is run 100% for charity. If you want to affect the store with donations, there are various levels below, like giving somebody a D12 inspiration dice, a luck dice, which is basically a mulligan on any roll that isn't a death save, so on and so forth. You can also just donate any amount to the spell bank, and at each $100 increment, we get a high level spell. So $100, level 1, 200 level 2, so on and so forth. But please don't feel pressured to donate. You can also just do things like source on social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, maybe. I don't know how that one works. But this month's charity is Game to Grow, an organization dedicated to helping those with either social anxiety or various mental issues, help socialize, or people with socialization issues, help them with that through the use of games like tabletop RPGs, like Dungeons and Dragons, for instance. This is a program that they're also working on starting to implement in various schools across the state, so you might see more of that in an area local to you. If you'd like more information about everything they do, please click on the link below. It'll take you right, the purple letters below, it'll take you right to the website. If you want to donate through us, please click on the tab there, and it'll take you to the donate page. Either way, there's lots of good information, and we hope you enjoy this session. And there we go. Then there were 3. Oh man. Oh wow. Oops. I just realized I have to fix something really quick, so I forgot we missed a week.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm on top of it.
I'm
Super on top of it. I'm not even.
Yeah.
While she is looking for a second pun of the week, I have news.
Oh no! Oh, you have news. What's up?
So, my husband and I have signed a contract for a house.
Yay, homeowners!
Yay!
That's awesome.
Woo! Good
Congratulations.
Congrats!
We just put in our loan application today. We were pre-approved for 190. And the house is, we put an offer of 179.9.
Nice.
And
God,
I'm so excited. We're gonna have such good internet. The internet's not gonna be satellite internet. It's gonna be great.
That's always good.
190? My God, that's low.
US dollars.
Yeah.
I know. I know, but still.
$90,000 is low.
Okay, so Australia's property market is fucking.
We have terrible problems.
You also have to think Australian dollars to American dollars is
Yeah.
Well, but also,
Yeah.
housing in Gainesville is different than like housing,
Yeah.
like even down here in Orlando. Orlando is crazy. But anyway, so
I'm so happy for you.
Congrats on the house.
have we had? That's awesome, though. I'm very excited for you. Have we had pun of the week?
Nope, sure haven't.
Let's get some
Well,
pun of the
we
week
haven't.
Of course she was
First
waiting.
off-
for everybody to be here.
First,
and find out what
first
happens.
actually, we missed a week, so we will have a palindrome.
Ooh, nice.
Our today's palindrome is taco cat.
It's always a good one.
Go ahead and type it out if you want to. Yeah, taco cat. There you go. But now it's time for everybody's favorite segment, pun of the week. In honor of today's weather, what do you call a snowman with a six-pack?
What?
An abdominal snowman.
I like that one. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that one.
Finally, it only took 3 years.
Woohoo! Okie dokie. So, let's get back to our story. Vidar, you have gone upstairs. Madalena, the Margrave Dulenlag, sits across the table from you. You have poured 2 lovely glasses of this deep amber liqueur. This is a small room, probably only about 15 feet wide, but only about 10 feet deep. It is literally just positioned above the bar, purpose-built, this sort of 2-story actual structure instead of being a tent. This is sort of a festival structure, I like to call it, like when you go to a Renaissance fair or where they actually build up a real structure in order to have to house all of the Linsfort's booze down below, and then his place to sort of close deals up above. And Madalena gracefully sits down in the chair that you have pulled out from her. And she looks at you and goes, "I'm not going to kill you.
Oh, that's good to know.
I just would like to know exactly who you think you are."
I am a troublemaker, I guess, in all brutal honesty.
Yes.
I see those smirks. But I'm trying to do the right thing in whatever sort of way possible without upsetting too many people along the way. But things don't always go according to plan.
If you keep boring me, I will kill you.
Fair enough.
You
I do-
walk into my party, announce yourself as this grand savior. You don't even know the names of things of which you speak. Expecting to get help, or think that you're some kind of help to my husband or myself. Like I
No,
said,
but it did grant me an audience.
Oh, yes. It did. And it's been quite enlightening.
Hmm.
So, tell me. You have those friends speaking with you in your head.
Friend is a very strong word.
Friend is a very strong word right now.
Oh, they don't seem very happy with you.
No, they never are. So to the point, whose side of the story do you reflect?
My own side, of course.
I can tell that from the welcoming party you sent us at the lifts.
Oh, that was before I knew who you were.
I already had the thought you already knew who we were. You've been looking for
who
us
you
for a while.
really are.
I cast disguise self and be like, oh, this fool.
Even more than that. We're going to use one of those rolls that you rolled earlier.
Good.
Ah. So that's who you think you are.
No.
Prophesized.
Prophecies come and go.
That smart one I heard thinks he's the hand of the ancients.
You mean your Lord and Savior, Lord Diviner?
Lord Diviner is not my Lord and Savior. Hardly. But we all have a role to play. I assume the one not happy with you, the Mother of the Elements. That's always been an interesting one to try to figure out. Here we thought Madame Veronica was going to be the Mother of the Elements.
Well, sometimes it's always those you keep oppressed. Now, hold on. Real dumb thought that just came into my mind right now. This is the same name as the Archmistress of the Arcana Mystica, isn't it?
Nope.
No. Okay, good. I just
Nope.
panicked for a second there.
No, it is not
Yeah.
the same name as it is not the same.
Cool. So I drop Ishkan form and say and pull out the Sphere of Winter Wonders and just roll it on the table, so it's just rolling around. This sphere, you believe, will prosper? I mean, there is a way to coincide with parasites. There is a balance. There is also a way to alert the higher forces of the universe to, hey, something's here when it shouldn't be. Then what's next?
She looks at you. You really are an idiot, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Good to know.
Hmm.
I think we're done here. I know everything I need to know from you. She stands up.
Oh no, I'm panicking.
Just leave. Leave.
It's been a wonderful conversation. Very enlightening myself. A couple little notes and tidbits I've picked up. And I wish Falcon's Crest all the best. Good evening, man.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I hope not.
Not sure if you're going to have a choice.
Wonderful.
And she goes down the stairs.
Oh, what was the name of the temple underneath Falcon's Crest?
The witch?
The name of the temple underneath Falcon's Crest?
Not really. Didn't really have a name. I mean, it was just someplace where you were.
Yep, fair enough. We meet below Falcon's Crest. Dimension door.
As you, dimension door, you... I'm going to use the other roll. You step through and do not end up where you thought you were going to end up.
No. Oh, good.
You do not recognize your surroundings. And just as you step through, you hear Madame Dulenbaugh go, "There it is." And the door shuts closed behind you.
Wait,
You ever heard of this thing called walking? That
The
thing you did to
dimension
get
door,
there?
like the dimension door, dimension door, you step through, you realize that you're not there, and you, as the dimension door is shutting down behind you, as the spell comes to its closure, you hear her voice saying, "There it is."
Well, then I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all.
We are going to take a moment and jump over to our friend Celia. How are you? Celia.
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. You, just a moment ago, were stepping out the front door of Rian's tavern, his mystical mansion that he has dressed up as a tavern, expecting to find yourself out on the midway. And then you now find yourself exiting the other side in the Old School Inn. Full day's travel away from the Conclave. Roll me a stealth check with all of your normal stuff.
Okay.
23. Is it actually 23? Is it even higher? Was it a 10 or higher? No, it was an 8, so it's actually 25. 25, I believe, is the lowest you can roll, right? Because anything below a 10 is...
No, it's 23 because it's... Wow, that's weird. Why is it like that? I'm so confused.
Anyway, 23 is still fine. But yeah, we need to figure out what it is your lowest possible roll is on that, because I think it is very high.
It's it's 23,
Okay.
I believe, because it's 10 plus my stealth, so it is.
Which is
23.
13. So,
Yeah.
you are in the old school inn, and you, almost out of habit, immediately blend in to the shadows. You have a feeling in your bones that time has passed. More time than you can account for. It should have just been a literal second. It feels like you've been gone perhaps weeks. You look down at your hands, and basically the flesh has all but become transparent. And you just see basically phosphorescent white skeletal hands coming out from the ends of your sleeves. As though you are... Go ahead.
I'm turning into a Grim Reaper, you guys. This is going great. Great.
As you sort of blend into the shadows, you feel that same kick of that void energy that before has all but imploded inside of you. But you feel it this time instead sort of radiate out from you. And as you maneuver around this room full of bards and musicians, people drinking, people having fun, you notice them being affected. An older woman's hair turns a little grayer. A plant in the corner doesn't look quite as healthy. You see a young student working on poetry, their nose begins to bleed. Another, you just see have a shiver go down their back, as though they feel something unnatural has brushed across their mind.
So Celia's gonna try and speak telepathically to people.
You are out of range.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but she was gonna try anyway. So she's gonna kind of look to the ring on her finger and just say, I'm really tired of this.
As you look down, your hands are flesh again. As though expelling that energy took away that void energy that had built up and given you your skeletal form.
I'm going to first I'm gonna pull out a I'm gonna like kind of duck into a corner, pull out a dagger, and look at my reflection in the dagger.
Yeah, you see your face. The only difference is that you do still have that white lock from the ghost, but it is your face looking back at you, flesh, blonde hair. Sun elf.
I will put the dagger away and hide it a bit, and then I'm going to just kind of walk up to a random person and say, What day is it?
They tell you it is the day after the convergence.
Okay. Okay, thank you. She will uh I need to go to like somewhere to like be alone, like an alley or get a room, something.
You can easily get a room here. This was Iska's old tromping grounds. This is where you left Tara. Tara has a room here.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'll go to Tara's room then.
You go up the stairs, sort of to this attic, sort of room area that has the vaulted ceilings and gabled windows. It is a small room, but comfortable, very sort of cozy and homey. And as you knock on the door, you can hear someone like moving towards the door, but it sounds like they are listening at the door before opening it.
She just whispers, she says, "You're getting better at this."
Oh, it's you. Okay. And you hear the lock. You actually hear what sounds like possibly a chair being pulled out from underneath the door knob. You had instructed her well. And she opens the door, and you see your sister looking certainly much better than she looked when you last saw her. She's had some food, some shower, some new clothes. It's been at this point, it's been almost a week since you all rescued her from the Temple of Purity.
All right. Then I'll step inside and I'll look to her, say, nobody's in here, right?
She just sort of shakes her head. You told me not to.
Okay. Good. And she will step in and close the door, and she will lock it and booby trap the heck out of it.
Yep. All these things and more.
I imagine Tara just watches, just like. So she looks over at Tara and says, "How do you feel around me?"
She sort of looks.
You don't
at
like feel weird or
no.
anything? You feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Something weird happened downstairs. Teleporting's weird.
I wouldn't know. Wait, how can you teleport? I thought the teleportation network was down. Is it fixed?
I guess it's more. No, I travel through a plane, then the void. It's a void plane. It's like my own little. It's hard to explain.
She sort of puts her hand up to your forehead. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. She she says, "Don't freak out, okay?"
The last time you told me that, you had cut off the mayor's son's nose. And then you disappeared. And then everything went wrong.
Yeah, so I have a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about Mem, Lady Mem?
The lady who has the carnival?
Yeah.
She has a carnival?
Well, you don't remember it, but I do. After our parents sent us away, we spent some time with her. She helped us get through the vice. And she has a special show.
Yeah, I hear it's really cool. You want to go? Are we going to go to the conclave now?
I hope so. It's a day's travel, but I think I may be able to get us there quicker.
Well, okay.
Just take my hand.
You just said that doing what I assume you're about to do is weird or bad.
It's not bad. It's just magic's weird.
Well, yeah. Okay. I trust you.
Okay. Celia holds out her hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull out my rapier and gonna try and go through a rift with Tara in tow.
Like slicing through butter, a rift opens in front of you.
Yep. Come on.
Okay, there's like a black hole in the room.
Yep, come on.
Are we gonna get lost? Is there something
No,
scary? She looks at you.
I will keep you safe.
She grabs her hand away. She goes, "Are you him?"
Who?
Are you? I'm not making another deal with you. Go away.
Celia takes a breath and says, "I'm not him. I'm Celia."
Well, that's what he would say.
Does how can I prove this? Celia says I can't mention it. Damn it. I can't even mention it. I can't mention it to Tara. She says I can prove it.
It is like you all are back on the farm. Your sister being just like old sibling disagreement. She's just like,
yeah.
Crosses her arms and gives you attitude.
Yep. Celia says, how do I prove it? Okay. She will. What do I have? I don't have much.
Do an insight check.
Okay. Oh, it factors in my reliable talent. I see what's happening. We're good. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. She, on a 16, you know your sister. Something's already convinced her, and now she's just making you sweat.
Celia sighs, says, Tara, just get through the daggone void portal. Let's go see the show.
If you would have been him, you would have already had a plan of how to convince me. And she punches you in the shoulder and walks through.
And Celia follows.
And you all appear on the other side. It is the next morning, so we're actually going to step away from you guys because we got to catch the rest of the party because they're still the night before.
Yep.
So,
But I was running into town. He's gone back to realize that he's just like, nope.
you are not, like I said, you don't recognize where you are from your dimension door. You have no idea where you are. We're going to get to that in a moment. Axel, Luck, Luna, you've had this conversation. You've heard some back and forth with Vidar on open mic. What are y'all up to? How are you finishing out your evening?
And he didn't talk back to us about the conversation he had with her, so.
Nope.
Axel's drunk.
Yeah, Axel has been drinking a lot of beer. 2v1 in there at advantage for Riley, as he as a war or rune forged. He does have advantage.
He would have kept Riley from going too far, but he probably didn't need to do much.
I was gonna say Riley is hanging with the dwarves.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
He's easily outpaced Axel.
Yeah.
He didn't. Alright. Yep.
Luna, Luck.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have.
I'd say
Lily
Iska and we'll say Iska and Lily have been basically entertaining and sort of been strolling minstrels.
And I'm trying to think. Did you say that I did remember that the hair thing was supposed to be the message to? Okay.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna try and track Madame V down again. I know she's probably really busy, but
she is. She's very busy, but I mean, if you wait for an opening,
she would.
After about an hour, you're able to sort of get yourself an audience again with her. And she sort of looks to you. She knows you pretty well, so I think that she sees that you've got questioning in your eyes, that you're intent. Mm-hmm. My dear, got to get her accent. She's a little southern. My dear, what is it that you are concerned about?
What can you tell me about the Vicereina? Is that
Vicereina, yeah. I had to look it up. When a viceroy's wife is a vicereina.
There we go.
Walk with me.
Okay.
And she takes your arm and sort of puts her other hand on. Well, she is. Let's say the message we sent was received. And have you been bothered by her organization?
Not recently, no. Because Luna does not remember the lift thing, and I think that was still before we actually got to Falcon's Crest, right?
That was. So this is... Okay, yeah. She basically... The reason why you all became safe in Falcon's Crest was because of...
Gotcha. Because of... Oh, right, gotcha.
Madam Veronica basically being like that you're under her protection.
Gotcha. All right. No, we haven't been bothered, but it appears that she has taken some personal interest. Kind of like looking over towards where, Vidar exited in our group again.
That is... interesting. I have not heard of any of her scheming. In fact, she's been quite quiet since the solstice. I can have my people here listen for whispers about what she might be up to. She is strange. Always has been. She is an avid collector of legends and histories.
And prophecies?
Yes. She had a brush with death that she somehow survived. She seemed to become very interested in the writings within the crypts and the old manuscripts. She should have been dead, but somehow survived. Everyone assumes there was some wandering cleric or something that brought her back to life. But
would you say she was perhaps reborn after that experience?
She has mentioned that, but only for a quick little time before she got more interested in all of that, and then she was very hush-hush about all of it. Death can change people.
Of course it can, but now I believe I have a better idea of why. We will probably see more of her. Not that I want to.
If she's taken an interest in you, that's for sure.
I think perhaps she sees me and my companions as a unwanted mirror of her machinations.
If that is the case, you need to be very careful. She will never strike at you directly, but indirectly. That is the way she works. It's the way of the masked dragon.
Yes, I believe they still owe me a debt of penance.
She pats you on the hand, and I do not envy them.
Now, this gives me a better idea of it, though, as you are well aware, being subtle is not my forte.
Well, she sort of looks around, and you've sort of made a loop, and expertly she has kept you out of earshot of every group as you've gone around. Madame Veronica, she
knows what she's doing.
She knows her stuff. And she goes, well, then I would suggest you wait to act until you are well and free of all of this. There is an interesting party missing from tonight's celebration. He was here earlier, but I do not see our friend Monsieur Valsois.
And sorry, out of character, who was that again?
He was the person who owned the dress shop, who was the basically a high-ranking member of the Obsidian Order.
Right. Okay, now I got it. And so, yeah, Luna will raise an eyebrow at that.
Yeah, because Iska, I believe, would have told you about that. That was Iska basically
so, yeah.
fooled him into thinking that she was with Madame Dulenlog, and actually, gave her the mask that to deliver to Madalena for the solstice party.
Right.
Which Celia ended up wearing at the party.
Oh, yeah, okay. Luna will be like, that is interesting. I believe I will need to talk to our stealthier party members. No, that she just like every once in a while her face just kind of falls, just like I'm going to murder him. I can't murder him, but I'm going to do it
I'm
mentally.
so drunk.
Yes. You hear.
You,
Okay, go ahead.
you
No,
see,
go
the thing about being a cleric,
Is you get to murder people and then save them again. Save it for later.
Yeah.
That's true. I do have Revivify now,
exactly.
but no. Anyway, you were gonna say something, Jake?
No, I was going to do color commentary. Have you hear a weird mixture of giggling and purring over the open channel as Axel gets drunker and drunker.
Oh, that's fair. Luna will, thank you for giving me some of your time and guidance. It is greatly appreciated.
Always.
And if I can help with anything you need, I'll do my best to make myself available.
So, it was interesting. When she first learned, I started delving into the prophecy after a brush with death. Madalena came to me and started spouting things about the mother of the elements, telling me I was destined for something. It's why we have been at odds for so long.
And Luna's eyebrows will quirk up at that. I see.
I rebuked her and told her she was crazy. Told her that my destiny was my own, no one else's.
I agree with that. Your destiny is your own. There are others to fulfill the roles she may bring up.
Well, she approached many genasi of my girls. I can't say that all of them showed her the door the same way I did.
That's understandable. But if someone is in my way, it matters not to me if I've known them before or not.
She pats you on the hand. That's why we've always been friends.
Yes. It sounds as if a clash with her is inevitable. But I will take your advice and we will wait until we are clear of this place.
So, on your 8, I'm going to take a little bit of control of Axel. You are distracted as Madame Veronica moves away by, I don't know, when Axel gets really drunk and boisterous, what would he be doing? Table dancing, climbing poles.
He would do cat things. He would do full on, like he was running around under tables, over tables. He's just going around causing cat mischief more than normal cat mischief, not catnip cat mischief. But
so yeah,
things are falling off tables because they're just getting whacked off.
Yeah. It's been about an hour and a half since the convergence above. The party is getting a little bit raucous, but there is certainly a higher degree of shenanigans and ruckus coming from a familiar figure. Both Luck tearing through the entire Drow contingent, grabbing Monsieur, golly, lost his name. Sorry, not Valsoir, the other one. Grabbing, standby, Monsieur Valver's now green hat and wearing it. We basically have a Puss in Boots moments going on here as Axel grabs the hat, doesn't steal it, gives it back to him, but certainly makes a cat of himself. through the dwarves, through the humans. Since you've only got an 8, I'm going to say through the Arcana Mystica, group, Axel might need an escort.
God.
He's not malicious. He's just he lets out all the energy that he has while he's drunk.
Why isn't Celia here? She's cat mom. Luna will go extricate Axel from his shenanigans. Worst comes to worst, she will at the very least try like a stunning strike, just to like not an actual strike, but kind of like a
Just a stun,
hand
yeah,
on the
like
back.
a
Yeah,
Vulcan,
just
a Vulcan.
Yeah, basically like that.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, Luck, as you see Luna collecting your party, Riley seems to be okay, but he does seem a little concerned seeing his dad as drunk as he is. Are you going to stick around with the Mademoiselle, or help Luna out?
Luna, do you need help?
I assume I have them.
Oh yeah, you've between yourself
yeah.
and Riley, because Riley can basically just bear hug walk him.
Yeah, no. And I mean,
Gotcha.
he's drunk, but he's not like complete. He's not.
He's
completely
fun drunk.
He has
Yeah,
senses.
that's,
Yeah.
and I get that.
It's like, okay, yeah,
Like-
maybe I need to go sleep. Or in an hour or two, have more drinks.
So Luna will sit back like, we've got it.
No.
Iska will collect Lily and be following you. Back to you, Luck.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. So,
Then Luke will stick around and see how the party sort of pans out.
yep. So, as you, you did your long rest like until 4 o'clock, so you're ready to go, and Mademoiselle Audrenoir is happy to stay with you. So for the next several hours, Luna, I assume you all go back to Rian's and put
Yeah.
Axel to bed.
Yep.
You all go to bed. Go ahead and we'll say anything you want to do before you kicking off a long rest.
I mean, I try and ping like the dart so you see where they are, but again, Celia, I know I won't get an answer because not till the next day.
Yep.
Vidar, she'll try, but
You do not get anything from Vidar.
I can't scry, so I can't do anything about that.
Oh dear. Does Axel know?
So...
He's capable of trying.
You want to do a drunken scry? I'm all in for a drunken scry.
Oh no!
He is going to try and sober up as much as he can.
This is D&D. Yes.
Oh,
But
wait,
he's
you
going
need-
to try
I'm
a drunken scry.
You need sobering up, do
Can
you?
he? Oh, he can't. He doesn't have it prepared.
Well, showers help you sober up, right?
He can't actually. He doesn't have it prepared.
Oh, you don't
Okay.
have scry prepared. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
He will try to use the mirror.
So you try to use the mirror,
The broken mirror of people.
the broken mirror of peeping. Oh.
He's drunk. It's like, oh, give it a try. What could go wrong?
What's that awful program where you have the that whole thing of the blind video thing where it does the there was like something on that was, I mean, this is like from a few years back where it was basically like you would click on it, it would just give people video feed. It'd be I forget, it was like a video chat thing. Anyway, basically, roll me just roll me 3 D20s at disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Or just do two D20s 3 times. Yeah.
Okay,
Unfortunately, I need to see the rolls.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Drop
Just do that.
drop lowest. So there's
It does drop lower, so I'm just good.
17. Okay.
No, that's not. That's just. I am not actually drunk. I'm just being very silly.
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be a 2, 16, and a 7.
Okay. On the 2,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been a party. It's been a really raucous day, and the Mirror of Peeping does what the Mirror of Peeping does. You find your vision in the. Yep, I was going to ask for that next. The dirtiest, most awful outhouse. And it would have been bad enough had it been someone using the outhouse, to evacuate their bowels. Unfortunately, it's the person's head as they are evacuating their stomach and vomiting in the dirtiest one ever. And on 11, you get sort of chunky burp going on as this appears. It is awful. It's just not good. On the 16, you look into the Mirror of Peeping, and for just a brief moment, you see a violet-haired, blue-skinned moon elf. When they turn around, though, it is not Vidar. On a 7, not as bad as the last one, but yeah, there's a question in your mind of whether, is that a minotaur? As they sit down in the outhouse, and you just shut the mirror.
Nope. Okay, where's my bag? Yep. You see him rummage through the bag, and he just pulls out a potion and just hands it to Luna. You can do it.
So
Potion of clairvoyance.
you reach in the bag of
If he
holding.
can get it.
You reach in the bag of holding.
Yes. Can he get it?
So
Yes.
you reach in the bag of holding, and something that had been erased from your mind before, from your memory. Something familiar happens, but you realize now that you had forgotten it before. You pull out the potion of clairvoyance, and your hand is covered in blood.
Is it? He looks. That's not supposed to happen.
It's not
Is
your
it just
blood.
blood?
Yeah, it's
Not
not
my
your
blood.
blood. It's though you've put your hand into a bag full of blood.
Oh no. Right.
What's going on?
Don't. Well, we'll find out, right? It empties out the bag, all of it.
Oh, good. That's okay.
You
Well,
you turn the bag
He'll
inside
pull
out.
out a couple more things. Actually, no. He'll reach in to see if it's like, is it a lot of blood? Is it like a coating of blood? Is it like, oh, if I pour it out, it'll be
I mean, as you pull things out,
13. He'll pull a couple things out.
same thing happens. The item doesn't seem to have blood on it, but your hand is covered in blood.
We're in a magical house, right?
Yes, you are in a magical house.
Yep.
Yeah. Then he'll cleaning is not an issue, right? he'll empty out the bag.
So you
Um,
turn it inside out. Yes?
Yep.
At this point, I'm
Yep.
gonna protection from evil while he's doing that.
Okay.
Good idea.
You do protection from good or evil. You sort of feel that protection come over you. And as you turn the bag inside out, probably 5 to 10 gallons of blood pour out. All your items spread across the floor, being just sort of washed across the floor with this just deluge of blood. And then the last thing to fall out, clink, at your feet, is the blood crystal that you took that had not been cleansed from Elevation Pit. Luna, you immediately recognize it from the crystal cavern. It is one of the blood crystals that you had hidden in the bag of holding. So, because we have Luck back,
He's not there.
poor Luck,
Oh, dear.
you are sitting there with Mademoiselle Audrenoir, and you feel a splitting headache right in the back of your head, as though the back of your skull has been cracked open. And it feels as though you hear this scratching of multiple fingers. That single scratch is a scratching as though there is something pulling your skull apart. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. This is going great.
Everything is going wrong. I love it.
18. We like 18. That's a nice number.
An 18. As that starts to happen, you recognize that feeling. You recognize that feeling from Elevation Pit. That same demonic influence that had started to drive you mad before. Something has happened. Something has given it a way to try to claw its way back. Back over, you hear Grain sort of at your ankles begin to whimper. Back at Rian's, you've just turned the bag of holding inside out. A flood of gallons of blood spill across the floor, all of your items, and it's almost as bad as the turd in the punch bowl moment that Vidar did. The crystal that you took from Elevation Pit that was not cleansed, that you hid in the bag of holding, tink, 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 hits the floor at your feet.
Now I'm trying to remember. How did we cleanse those before? Did we do holy water? I'm trying to remember.
It was literally trust. I mean,
Oh,
it was literally
right.
trust entering into the world. However, this was when we had headphones off for Axel. Riley, when he was taken underground by time, one of the crystals had embedded itself in him. And when he came back, he showed it to his dad, and his dad secreted it, hid it from the party, and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, so first thing Luna's gonna do is, why is this here?
I was going to use it to power a rune. That was it. I didn't think any further than that. Yeah, that doesn't matter now. Just give me a moment. Can you do like restoration? I need to focus for this.
Like a lesser restoration?
I'm not quite sober, and I don't really want to be casting spells while not sober.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I have
Don't
that.
cast while drunk.
Don't cast disintegrate while
Yeah,
drunk.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, not to cast disintegrate while drunk.
I do have lesser restoration,
All right.
so I'll do that. Or I think Iska falls back, even she can do it. Whatever.
Yeah, Iska. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
no.
there's just because they're absolutely yeah.
Oh
he
no,
would
Iska's
totally
there,
help.
but she also gives you a look, man.
Yeah.
there is all this stuff here just for this one moment, Jake, this one scene. Can I blood bin and collect all the blood?
Oh, absolutely you
This
can.
one's
It's a liquid.
Yes.
Hey, clean off my stuff.
Okay.
I really like my stuff being clean, especially.
I can't
all
hear you
my
over the sound
damn-
of you taking a blood crystal. So she bends all the blood up, getting
Yep.
it away.
All right,
Yeah,
Doesn't
here's-
touch
mean,
the
it's
crystal, but
a-
all the liquid.
Imagine a 10-gallon sphere of blood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's hope this works. I did not actually expect this. Shit. He's gonna try and disintegrate.
Okay.
And I don't have alchemical casting. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna spend another spell slot to boost the power of this, because why not?
Okay.
Let's hope it does something. Cool. Yeah, that's what, 89?
89. So, as you focus down on this crystal, the disintegrate beam hits it, and you see it shatter, becoming dust, but you do see the motes of dust seem to disintegrate at 90 points or 89 points of damage. It does, and at that level of spell, it does disintegrate this crystal, even though it is magical in nature.
Well, I thought it was like a nerd.
Iska just looks at you. Why? After everything we did. Why?
I didn't think it through. That's really, really good. It was, yeah. I didn't think it. I didn't think it. I didn't think
It's
through.
Taken care of for now. Question. Actually, no, she would ask it. Since you are sober now, is there anything particularly special about this blood? Is it tainted? Does it need to be purified?
Well.
Do an Arcana check is what she's asking.
Yeah. Well, I can only relate it to when the crystal got corrupted, but sort of.
Oh yeah, this is demon blood.
That what?
On that roll, yeah, it's demon blood. It is flat out demon blood. Iska, I wish she was here, but it's okay, would recognize this is very similar to those veins of blood that sort of she saw through Ambrose's glasses that basically were going into the back of that huge boil on the back of Luck's head. Luck, I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
Where's the magic circle when you need it?
26.
Nice.
This is actually not so much fighting it off. You feel like a compass. That same feeling from the first day of the campaign that drew you to evil in the world, drew you to demonic things, drew you to Elevation Pit, drew you to your face down of the Archdevil. Like, as though it was a cable tied to your heart and shoots out like a harpoon back towards where Rion's inn is located.
Sol grabs his head and just, I've got to go. I've got to go now.
Do you need help by Luck? You hear Mademoiselle Audenois.
Fine. Stay back. It's fine. Is sort of stumbling past people.
Yep, you stumble out. When you reach the exit and step across the threshold outside of the anti-magic field, that feeling doubles again of something trying to break through something and also drawing you towards that blood.
As he sort of picks up pace, he's going to sort of pass by like a maybe some fallen debris and something pick up like a metal pipe and sort of ignite it with fire as he does so.
Yep.
Ignore that.
No worries.
That was not what I was trying to do.
So, I presume I tell them, yeah, that's no, yeah, that's demon blood. I mean, it's just blood, but I got, yeah, well, bad things. Has she gathered it all?
Yeah, into a giant.
Right.
You're muted.
Yep. And
Oops, I have it all. Whoops.
Yeah,
like
right.
I have it all. I have it all gathered. Yeah.
You might just be ready to catch, as he will inscribe the room for freeze blood to drop that into stasis.
You don't
If you
need.
can.
I can freeze it.
No,
That's
this
not a
is
problem.
literally a stasis. It's called
Magical
freeze blood.
stasis.
It's magical stasis.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. Go quickly.
Yeah, and then it was just sort of, and it's now an orb of stasis blood until he decides that we have a way to remove it, because, yeah, if it's stasis, it can't do anything corrupting.
Let holy water help this, because I can make that at this point.
You can always.
Question:
You
Did
can
she clean the blood? Did she clean the blood off his hand?
Yes, she collected all of it.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Do me a perception check.
Me or Axel?
Either both of you actually, as you both are looking down at all the contents spilled out.
Yeah, and Axel really wants to make sure that everything there is fine, because I've been there for a while.
Yep. There's
Potion.
an extra item. Something that you shouldn't have. Something that you left behind.
Don't tell me it's the goddamn book.
You see a bow. The corrupted bow of Kel's brother lies on the floor. As you had left it behind for...
When do we? I remember we left it behind. Where do we leave it?
You left it with Eva to put
Eva.
to put into her vault of cursed
Vault.
items. To put in the vault.
Oh, good. Good. No,
Okay, I
that's-
didn't take that one. That was not me.
Luck, you still feel your head aching, and you step into the inn. You can hear commotion upstairs.
He's sort of this piece of was essentially just a jagged metal pole in his hand. He bolts upstairs.
Luck comes bursting in. You see a giant sphere of what looks like demon blood. Certainly it's what's drawing you here. And lying on the floor, the corrupted bow of Talarian.
God. You ignore that again.
Yeah.
How in the name of the gods and goddesses did this get here?
That
Good question.
I don't know. That my fault. As he points to the bow and then the orb.
What did you do?
So I picked up the crystal, and it's been in the bag for the whole time. And now it's gone because I blew it up because I picked it up in the first place. But yeah, that was it.
You've put everyone at risk. You know that now.
And now it's done. There's nothing we can do to change the past. We still have to deal with this.
Yes.
Gesturing towards the blood.
Right.
Y'all can see that Luck is in pain.
I mean, I've used my disintegrate. I can't destroy more
It
magic
does.
items or this blood.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know what I.
I don't know what to do as a cleric. I'm so confused.
Where do you need a? Where's Vidar's magic circles when we need them?
Yep. Tell you what, speaking of that, as you all
Where's
figure out,
Vidar?
basically, once again, the
Shit's gone down.
the blood crystal in the bag moment. Vidar, we're going to step back over to you.
At least it's not dips in the bag.
Am I in the outhouse again?
You are not in an outhouse.
Okay.
You don't recognize your surroundings. You are in a small chamber, 4 walls, small cot. It looks very much like a cell. It is 10 feet by 10 feet. There is a door. And above you, just darkness. There does not seem to be a ceiling. After the walls go up about 15 feet, they just sort of end in open darkness.
Very interesting. I should be able to see through that. Huh. I'm gonna...
Even with your magical darkness, it's as though there's nothing within range for you to see.
Exactly.
You're seeing through it, but it's
endless.
It is endless. But you do see the top of the walls, about 15 feet above you.
The door, however, is that like a cell door where there's bars on it?
It's like a cell door. It's a wooden door with a small barred window.
Can I go over to the door and just try to peek through the view screen? Is there anything out there?
You peek out there. It seems to be a corridor, but it's filled with fog. You can't see even 2 feet through the fog. It is so dense.
Can I cast a prestidigitation to disuse magic? Just to sample magic to see if that still goes.
It does seem to work, but it feels strange. Sluggish.
Interesting. Well. Huh. Well, it looks like we're stuck in here together, right, Talia? I'm gonna sit down, cast a magic circle on myself in the area to basically nullify anything coming into my area to see if that works.
Put up the description of that. I need to read it carefully.
Yeah, I have to choose one type of creature.
Okay. Yep. Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Yep. The circle seems to take effect. What are you choosing?
I'm going to pick Fae.
Okay.
Anything of Fae heritage.
Yep. It basically fills the room.
Wonderful. Cool. So, and I'm then going to, since I don't know where I am, I'm going to try to call out telepathically.
You don't hear anything.
I'm going to take a gold coin and throw it out the window.
Out the window of the door?
Of the door, yeah.
Tink, 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 lands on the floor.
Hello? No one? Wonderful. Interesting. I might try to dimension door through the window out into the fog.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
As you start to cast it, you hear in your mind, "Don't, you idiot," from Ryan Talia.
I thought as much. That would have been too obvious. Yeah. We're in a predicament. Well, I am. You aren't.
Huh. You don't know where you are, do you?
Oh, I have no idea, my friend.
Bati actually landed here. Kept him quite busy. Had to make quite a deal to get out.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Was this before he had you or during his service?
Oh, during my service. Where we devised our grand plans. You're in the hanging cells.
Now, how did I get here, I wonder?
Oh,
That was a sneaky little arm-holding trick she did on me.
it was. The bigger trick was transporting you all the way across the continent to Falcon's Crest.
Well, that's the grand lie I've known all along. The teleportation network has never truly been broken. It's just been controlled. Either that or they know their own methods.
More along those lines. But you should be careful with your magic. The only reason you're not dead and falling up to you, but what's really down, is because the reverse gravity spell is in effect.
Huh.
You step too far out of the field, you no longer stick to the underside of this overhang, and you fall to the floor of the valley below.
Oh, okay.
Up is down, down is up. The only thing holding you in place is the fact that the gravity is reversed. Quite convenient to keep you from escaping in a world where you can't fly.
Good point. No, I cannot fly. I'd like to, though. Flying might be one way out of here.
The bigger thing is getting you back to your group.
Now, how can we do that?
I have a thought, but you're not gonna like it.
I'm always down for bad ideas. You should know this.
Well, if you make a big enough spectacle of yourself with your own death, perhaps your little friend will come and pick you up.
My little friend.
Oh, your little Grim Reaper.
Oh, my beloved, yeah.
Don't kid yourself.
I take it you've been waiting to have the chance to do this then.
Kill you? Yeah, of course. There's plenty of other fish in the sea.
Oh, no, I understand that. I'm sure you've already experienced and got your fill of the last little fragment that was left of your old creator.
Well, if this is what I have to look forward to, perhaps I was being a little too nostalgic.
And isn't that the worst part of it all? So, shall we... I'm going to break the necklace and pull her off and hold her up. Shall we make this happen in the most grand way possible?
Well, for someone who's half dead and exhausted, you're not going to make much of a show. You should get some rest so we can do this right.
That sounds like a challenge, but okay. I will. Don't even kid yourself if you think I am not going to try to run towards that son of yours.
Maybe I should have tried to figure out a way to let Luna wield me after all.
Right?
Yeah, that would have been the right choice, Ryan.
Right?
This is what you have to live with. Give me that burning hellscape and let's go.
You know, if I kill you without it being a challenge, she's not going to have to come for you.
Oh, fine.
Go to sleep, idiot.
Good night, then. And Vidar will snap asleep because he is wrecked.
I was gonna say exhausted and on 8 hit points. Go to sleep, damn it.
I was ready to die. And he...
Okay. Any ideas back at the blood bow and demon fest?
So I am doing a medicine check on Luck, just to see if there's anything physically, with him that could be.
There does not seem to be anything physically wrong with him. Luck,
Okay.
This is familiar territory for you. You know what's happening. This is, it is a fiendish presence trying to wedge its way back into your mind.
Oh.
Luck, my promise to kill you still stands if you don't get your shit together.
Thanks.
Is there anything like this is frozen. This is incapable of doing anything through traditional means. Perhaps the fact that it still exists is the issue. But this is not presumably doing anything. Is it the bow?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously silver hurt the demons or devils, I forgot which one. Would that work on this blood? Because I still have silvered water.
Oh yeah, we do. I have silver ball bearings.
You can certainly try.
All right, Luna will try that against basically a small patch of it. See how that works first.
With it being in stasis, I mean, it truly is. It's
nothing
immutable.
That's what I was afraid of. Gotcha.
But I mean, you could try to encase it. There's you can certainly try other things, or Axel can break the rune at any time.
Yeah, you can do it when you're ready. It was just
I've got a really dumb idea. That's the only one that.
what's the idea?
Considering all the things that have happened today, yes. Please tell us the idea first.
Pass me my pickaxe. I'm going to invoke this radiant power and apply it directly to that.
To the bow, the blood.
Let's do the blood at first.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. I mean, that's actually not that stupid of an idea. Where's your pickaxe?
So points off. Yeah, points off to the
I'll
corner.
grab it.
Yeah.
It's there. Yeah.
Axel will hand the blood orb over to Luna. Like, I
Yep,
mean, you're the one who's got to have to
gotta
hold it
handle
when
it.
he drops the rune.
Yeah, no, she's ready.
Pass. I activate Rite of Dawn on the pickaxe,
Golden light.
and then I activate the Radiant Soul.
Yep. Your wings spread out, shining gold.
All right. I mean, right. Are you sure? Hold on. Axel will fish through all the stuff that's on the ground that he sort of shifted away. He'll pick up this, and he'll put it on. It's just a silver holy symbol, but I presume that he's already got something silver on.
He's
Like,
got his. He's got his gauntlet of Torm.
And Luna has.
We all have. Yeah, I have mine.
have
splashed
something
with,
like that.
silver
Axel
water, so
did
I
not
got that.
really have that sort of thing, so he'll just chuck silver holy
Iska
symbol.
and Riley are in the room. Do you want to have them put on some sort of protection as well?
He would have asked Riley to leave before he even did the bag.
Okay. So Riley,
yeah.
No, you're not involved in this. Please stay away.
Lily is actually Lily as well. So
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly, that's why I wanna
Again,
make
he
sure
would have
that
done
was-
that if.
Away, yeah.
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 So we'll say Iska took Riley and Lily down,
Yeah,
and probably got with
simplify it.
Rian and basically was like appraised him of what was going on. She's a little bit upset about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
She's not the only one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're getting ready.
right.
So we're basically having what give me order of actions here. So hey, let's do this. Let's do D100s.
Oh,
So
good.
what's the party doing? What is the party doing?
So Luna, she's ready to, like catch the orb, and since she's taken another level in Cleric, her control over water increased, and then basically she's going to slowly feed a stream of like the silver water, kind of like from the top down on it. That's going to be her goal, like kind of around it. See, depending on how it reacts to it, obviously.
Okay.
So like basically one hand, big globe, and then the other hand, this stream of silver water.
Silver water. Okay, so you basically have another ball of silver water above it ready to
Yeah.
go, and you're going to do that merge thing. Luck, you
Yeah.
just hitting it with your axe?
Yep. Let's brute force it.
Okay.
Once Axel drops it, he is going to ready a hold monster for luck.
Great.
Just got to have that one ready to go if something goes wrong.
Nope, that's fine.
Yep.
Who wants to roll the D100 for the party, and I'll roll the D100 for the other forces.
Oh, so good.
Can we spend health?
No, I think this is a straight. I think this is a good.
Yeah, no, I would have. I'm going for a straight D100, but
Let's see.
Wait, so are you gonna do it or?
let's have luck.
Luck can certainly do it.
I don't. Well, I've been rolling good today, but I
Okay.
don't trust.
Boom. 76.
76.
bad.
Nice.
Is it terrible?
So, where is it? Let's just stick with this. Okay, this is good enough. I thought I had some like nice. Actually, no, the Banshee works. The Banshee music is very nice for this.
Oh yay!
Oh, great.
I could roll terribly
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
on a 50. The party,
Nice.
the blood. 3, 2, 1. You all are able to react before the blood starts to. As soon as it is let go, you see it start to form into basically like this giant, evil-looking shard of blood pointed directly at Luck. And as it begins to move, Luna, your silver globe just drenches it. You see it sort of all but melt away and try to pull itself together as Luck comes around. Tell me how you strike this thing with your... Actually, roll me an attack. I'll let you roll an attack on this.
Oh, I think.
Or just, you could really just so you can get the damage out.
Yeah.
Imagine having that one. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
And then it's one.
He gets to re-roll ones. So,
Yeah.
That's true.
so as this, you come swinging around with this, this shard, now silvered, it almost seems to make it more corporeal. Your radiant pickaxe goes slamming into it, giving it bursting it into flames. Tell me how you want to do this to get rid of this, send this blood back to hell.
It is quite simply just pull it back. He sort of wipes out his head and then just swings it down. It's sort of cracking part of the wooden floor as the blast sort of.
You see the blood basically turn just into ash as it hits the floor between the silver and the pickaxe, taking its toll on it. So, you all stand there around each other. Luck, that pool is no longer on you. You feel your mind sort of stitch itself back together, but sort of pulsing, Luck, your sense of corruption. You can almost feel like a heartbeat. That bow, the corrupted bow of Talarian, Druid's Bane, is pulsing in the center of the floor.
Need to deal with it.
And I'm actually very curious about how it got here, considering where we left it, which was what, vault? Okay, unless it was like the blood, but it seems like. Rick, where is my sheets? Because last time we had it, he wrapped it up in sheets, so he's got to try and do that again. So he doesn't directly touch it. Yep.
That's only going to delay the problem.
Yeah, I mean, we don't touch it accidentally. Is really the only bit of that. Yeah.
As you go to start to wrap it up, it kind of moves away from you on its own, of course, or slides across the floor. And you almost feel like a static electricity, as though it's ready to spark at you. A little crackle. It is,
new.
Luck, it is red lightning.
Okay. That's
Oh.
new.
I think this is a problem that I need to solve.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I
enough.
think
With your permission. Sorry, he's looking at you.
no, I was saying just like
Yeah.
so Luna will she will I think she has the slots to do this. She will then recast Protection from Good and Evil on Luck
Okay.
since he wants to do it. Just to kind of nod to you.
Alright. So he adjusts his gauntlet and sort of walks up to it and grabs the bow.
It moves away from you as well, sparking lightning at you. You notice it keeps moving in the same direction towards the door.
Iska.
It's going downstairs. I'll get the
Yes,
door.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Um,
There's nothing. I mean,
you find Iska,
magic.
Lily, and Riley sort of all gathered downstairs with Rian. With your map making, you can certainly tell it was moving towards them in that direction.
Oh no, you don't. I'm trying to figure out where. So where am I in relation to the door at this point?
Did you go? I thought you said you went out the door.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I did step out the door. Yeah. Okay. So like she'll step back. Is there a way to close the door? Can we close the door?
Yeah, you can close the door.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
basically, so it's sort of like a 2-story center area, sort of atrium area that has stairs up it and rooms along the top across the top floor. You can sort of look down and see where the bar is, where everyone was drinking. Kitchen is beyond that type idea. It's sort of general standard tavern layout, but with sort of an open 2-story plan in the center.
Gotcha. All right. So she will kind of like close the door, like leading to them, and just sort of like grab onto our holy symbol, ready to cast something. Actually, ready to smite it. In fact,
Yeah, okay.
because I got that. I haven't used those in a while.
Yeah, you've certainly got a full recharge on your. So
Yeah.
you went back into the room where the bow is?
I went back into the room with the bow is.
Yeah.
And basically like reclosed and then closed it behind me. So I'm in the room with the bow and excellent luck.
Yep. And so you're going to smite it?
I'm gonna smite it.
Metal? Do we have like any plain
And
metal?
she's going to. Oh, do we have any what? Sorry.
Plain metal around. I mean, yeah, try and help to keep it restrained. I can do some things I don't know is going to work very well. Or just
Use
chains in general. Riley has Lyle, and I'm not going to go and bring Riley into this.
Don't need Riley, just grab Lyle.
He needs to create chains to hold it with animate objects.
And what I was gonna suggest is like with luck. Look, how about you and I and Axel coordinate our attack so it has nowhere to go?
Might work.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm just going to use like the net trap. So I'll use net trap. I'm just going to animate that and try and basically do a
Tangle
magical
it up.
rug and yeah, and just basically wrangle it to the ground so it can't move
Okay.
with animate objects.
Roll me, yeah.
Just animate the object. I mean, it's a large, like the net trap that we had in the ravine. So I don't know if that's large or huge, but either way works fine. I just need the stats.
So yeah, you go to wrap it up. So y'all are all doing this at once.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So the wrap, me going in,
Smite
luck going.
thing.
Yeah.
and reaching to grab it.
Yep. Roll me a D100.
Oh.
Any of you, whoever wants to roll it.
Okay. Gonna go so badly. Maybe it won't. No, it'll be great. It'll be great. No problem.
We're fine.
100% confident for no reason.
Really,
Yeah.
Oh.
93, nice.
we like good number.
The next one's
28, okay.
oh.
You tell me how this goes down. Who wants you smiting?
Mm-hmm.
You're striking. You're tangling
Yeah.
with the net. Luck reaches out, grabs it with his hand. It's not able to get away as it's almost driven into his hand as Axel's net starts pushing forward to try to wrap it up. Luna coming down with this smite to sort of knock it into submission, triangulating your attack to keep it sort of centered in one place. Basically, the net grabs it as Luck tightens his grip around it. The smite going through it lets out this huge ring through the house, almost like a bell, as you smite, as your smite hits it, but doesn't cause damage as much as it just makes this huge sound that rings out. And as it rings out, the door opens. And she looks in and goes, "What are you doing with my uncle's bow?"
Yeah. Is Lily.
And you feel it all but jump. I need a strength check from Luck.
Oof.
Can I get a strength check? Can the
We can give him advantage. We have a strength check with
I get to
advantage.
reroll. Are we advantage or not?
We're at advantage, 25.
25.
On a 25, you hold on to it, but it all but leaps out of your hand. It rips your arm around, even at your heightened strength, and tries to dive towards Lily.
Luna calling out to Lily, like, still like hitting it, just like, Lily, get out of here. This bow is dangerous for you.
But
It will hurt you.
It's cursed.
Yep. Axel will try and
she just
like
sort of
Get
runs
up.
down the stairs, sort of look of fear on her face. And that is, I guess, where we're going to end. As we are out of time. Golly, I thought we were going to get to a lot more today, but that sort of all unfolded crazily.
everything went to shit.
Everything went to shit.
Oh,
So
I don't need to pay for that. Damn it.
Everyone was at peace till the Fire Nation attacked.
everyone was at
So
peace.
Axel screwed us.
Yeah. So, golly, yeah, I should have I was thinking we were going to pretty much be jumping straight to the next morning. Sorry about that, Jeanette. I was thinking it was going to be like, oh, we're going to all wake up and spend the next day shopping. Yay, shopping. So, Vidar, still alive, because you can't kill Kyle, hanging in the upside-down cells, but with a plan of how to kill himself. So that Celia will come in and help him. We'll probably start off there next time. Oh, no, you'll probably be late again. So you get to hang around for a while, Vidar. See what I did there? Anyway, let's go around, meet our players. Hope you all enjoyed our session. Let's start off with Tree Hugging Druid.
Hello. You can go find me on Twitter. I don't really tweet anything, but I retweet when things are happening.
Sweet. Next up, let's go to Good Guy Pie.
Good Guy Pie. You can find me at Good Guy Pie on Twitch. Too Good To Go on Twitter. And yeah, we're fine. We're good. We're groovy.
Sweet. Next up, we've got NNG9.
Hey, I'm NNG9 on Twitch, where I stream stuff, which near the end of the month, I will finally be able to get back to it. I also got Twitter, NNG98. I do puns and other stuff. Pour syrup on the floor. There we go.
Next up is Templar Warden.
Hello, I am Templar Warden. You may find me anywhere on the internet as Templar Warden. You may find me on Twitter at Reino Templar. You may find me, of course, and everyone else in the Discord that I will link in chat. And I was waiting for this moment to happen because you have been regularly asking me where that damn crystal is every time.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I wasn't going to forget that you took a corrupted blood crystal from an archdevil's lair. Next up is Dragons Are Cats.
Hello, everyone. I am Dragons Are Failed, who played Vidar Lycra, the biggest choke artist in history. You can find me on the Twitch and the Twitters as Dragons Are Cats, and next week, where we'll see what dark corridors we go down.
So, yeah, you're gonna. There's some rolls to be done. Anyway, I am Tall Squall. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. And we will see you next time here on the Vice. Actually, let me see if we got someone we can raid. Raid. Who's raiding? Who's out there?
People.
Oh, it's all my World of Warcraft friends, which I hate to send Dungeons and Dragons people to World of Warcraft friends. So we're just going to say goodnight. Have a great one. Until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about. Good night, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello.